Hi, I'm Danielle Leach. In this video series, Beyond the Click, presented by More Visibility, I am speaking with marketing leaders from all industries about how they are navigating the shift in online discovery, channels, changing channels, and consumer behavior, especially given the influence of AI, and what all of this means for the future of marketing. Today, I'm really excited to be joined by David Hinshillwood, currently with LinkedIn, but a former Googler, which is where David and I first met. Hi, David. I appreciate you joining me and offering your insights into these emerging areas for marketers. Why don't you go ahead and share a bit about your background, please?
Absolutely. Thanks, Danielle. It feels like a lifetime ago since we were sweating our butts off in Boca doing some good old client outreach, but it's really nice to see you again. So I am David Hinshillwood. I am currently a senior account executive at LinkedIn on our growth and mid-market team, supporting B2B advertisers across industries and verticals. Most recently, before that, I was actually a senior account executive at Amazon doing programmatic and DSP work, specifically with local businesses that we considered non-endemic, essentially the folks that didn't sell products on Amazon but still really wanted to utilize those amazing audience signals. And then, of course, as Danielle mentioned, I also am a former strategic agency manager at Google, where I partnered with the top 3% of performance agencies across the country to help better optimize their overall Google strategy. Beyond that, I have an undergraduate degree from Harvard University in history and literature and women and gender studies, and a master's in business administration from Emory in product and brand marketing and strategy consulting. So, been all over the place. I would say one of the biggest shifts that I'm seeing right now, especially in the age of AI, is this move towards hyper personalization and more human content. We know that we can lean on things like a Copilot, a Chat GPT to spit out creatives to help us with marketing strategy, but we're also finding that folks are resonating less with some of the more generic kind of general strategies that we've seen work in the past that are maybe a little bit more spray and pray, whether that's because we're now in the generation of TikTok with shorter attention spans, or because we're seeing overall reduced brand loyalty across the industry. I'm noticing that the more personalization you're able to incorporate into your marketing, the better the results, the more eye-catching, the more folks are actually likely to engage with your brand in a way that will drive downstream outcomes. I'm sure as more visibility, something you're thinking a lot about. In a lot of ways, it's conversations that I feel like I'm having over and over again, where marketers, the guiding recommendation is you can't rest on your laurels. You can't just push for what's worked in the past. It can't be purely a keyword strategy, or if I increase my ad spend, I'm going to see better results. Because in this world of AI, we're seeing that search term rankings are not necessarily driving success because all of the outputs are being synthesized into direct, trusted, essentially zero-click answers that are being synthesized by AI. It's more of a world of generative engine optimization and brand salience over simply, am I showing up first in the search results? And so visibility now becomes a conversation of how are we credentialing our brand in a way that's strong enough that it's actually going to show up in AI summaries, and not simply are we bidding on the right keywords and is that strategy competitive enough? I think whether it's B2B or B2C, the most useful thing that we have in this world of AI is the data we have behind our decisions and the data that's driving our businesses forward. And so a conversation that I've been having for quite a long time, especially in this new era of cookie deprecation, is what does the quality of our first party data look like? Are we collecting it in a way that makes sense, in a way that actually helps us make informed business decisions, and in a way that we can do analysis from it? For B2B, for example, where that comes in is how are we working in lockstep as a marketing organization with our sales team? Are we actually creating feedback loops where we're understanding which of our deals are closing? What does our ideal customer persona look like so that we can not only push for retention and upsell there, but also to do some predictive audience work to ensure that folks who are most likely to convert based on what we know about our existing customers actually come into our pipeline. I remember at Google, a lot of the conversations we had were around things like performance max and enhanced conversions. Essentially, how do we continue to model based on the information that we actually have about our existing users to make even our acquisition strategies and larger brand strategies stronger? And so I think that is really just a prime focus, if not maybe the most important focus. Obviously, one of the major themes of this series is AI and its impact on marketing. In the next 12 months, what I truly believe will be the biggest shift is AI is going to become table stakes. It's not simply, are we using AI, but how are we as humans better leveraging these insights to ensure that we are staying on the cutting edge? Yes, we can have AI build our campaigns, but how do we then understand that as it relates to consumer behavior, as it relates to the brands that we're working with, to actually optimize off of the AI? Essentially, how do we coach AI to become better than it is today? And thankfully, that is still a very human need, but I very much see that that's where the conversation will be heading, is essentially, now that we have these AI infrastructures in place, what does it actually mean for our business, and how do we leverage it to become a better, more powerful brand? I think it's been a bit of a theme throughout this conversation, especially in the last answer. You need to be able to anticipate changes and be ready for them. So for me, it's probably one of the biggest takeaways I got from my MBA is it is of the utmost importance to be able to thrive in ambiguity. You cannot do yesterday what is going to work tomorrow. You cannot create a strategic plan without the room for at least some flexibility, because the world is changing. We wake up to different news. We wake up to different AI agents. We wake up to drastically different socioeconomic crises, whatever it may be. And if you're not able to feel a certain sense of comfort with ambiguity and without clear direction, and then being able to pivot from that, you're not going to be able to keep up in this industry.
Some tremendous insights shared there from David Hinshillwood, currently at LinkedIn, formerly with Amazon and Google. I really hope that you can see his passion for what he does, and obviously has some great insights across the board from all of the different industries that he has partnered with over the years from those three big players. A lot going on. We appreciate you watching. Please continue to follow along with the Beyond the Click video interview series presented by More Visibility as we continue to speak with marketers across the world about the ever-changing digital landscape, what this all means for their organization, and more importantly, what all of us are doing to keep up with it. Thank you.